Hi there. Welcome to the RevOps and Enablement YouTube channel. Today I wanted to cover off how you can go about building a data-driven revenue operations team. Data plays a crucial part in the way an organization operates, but particularly from a revenue operations perspective, the data and insights that they can provide to the revenue teams is critical to the success of an organization. So building a data-driven revenue operations team requires a strategic approach and a commitment to creating a culture that values data and insights. So here's some steps that I feel you can put in place to help drive that data-driven team. The first one is defining your key metrics and goals. Start by defining the key metrics and goals within the organization, and particularly across the complete revenue cycle. What are the key metrics that you need in terms of pre-sales, sales, post-sales? Or I like to look at it across what we call the SaaS bow tie. In terms of SaaS organizations, the bow tie is really looking at those marketing metrics coming into the bow tie, then the sales stages and the sales metrics working across. And then once a customer is landed in the business, what metrics you need to put in place to expand that customer's relationship, and also the renewal opportunity and reducing churn in the organization. So just when you're thinking about it across, there's many metrics that you can be putting in place. Next is to define a data governance process. And what I mean by that is really clear business metrics being defined and documented for the organization. If you don't have the metrics clearly documented and put in place, you create confusion. There's no single source of truth in the organization, and you start to create debates accuracy of the data rather than about data-driven actions being put in place. So establishing a data governance process is really crucial for the organization. And by putting these things in place, it can be really clear in terms of how you're going to collect your data, how you're going to store it, and then how it's analyzed. Next is invest in data analytics and visualization tools. There's so many different tools out there in the marketplace that you can be using, but it's crucial to ensure that you've got something in place everybody in the organization is using and going to in terms of dashboards and reporting. Now, obviously, CRMs in a lot of cases have some great reporting mechanisms, but seeing over the top of that, there's many other great tools that you can be using to produce your data and, more importantly, drive insights across the organization. So really think about the business intelligence software that you're using in your organization to analyze and drive insights with the data. Next, from a RevOps team's perspective, and I think this is a role that is really crucial in a RevOps team, is having the data-driven professionals in your business. So have you got a data analyst that's sitting in the RevOps team that can provide the value and the insights for the organization? You need people who are passionate about data. They have the skills and expertise to analyze and interpret the data. And really look for candidates when you're hiring who've got experience in data analytics, statistics, and business intelligence. Every team member in RevOps needs a level of skills and capabilities in this space, but I think it's really important that you do have someone who's professional, skilled, and capable in this area, and it's their role in the revenue operations team. Next is develop data-driven processes and workflows. You've got your team in place. You've got your metrics, you've got your governance, and starting to use data in the right way. But what are the ways in which you're actually using the data and analyzing it and acting on the data and insights with your different go-to-market teams, such as marketing, sales, and customer success? So again, having real clear processes in place to ensure that there's the frameworks to actually look at the ways in which you're going to prioritize which data and analytics and insights you're looking, and how you're going to work with those go-to-market teams to actually implement actions off the back of those insights is crucial to the success of having a data-driven culture in your revenue operations team. And then the final one for me is continuous learning. How do you encourage a continuous learning culture around data in your business? Ensure that your team is staying up to date with the latest data analytics and business intelligence trends, getting them to attend industry events and conferences, and also getting them to engage in ongoing training and development. the skills are always needing to be uplifted in this space, ever changing with the advancements of AI coming in. There's a lot that we can use to help us be more effective when looking at data, and also how we can drive insights from data for a lot less effort to make us more efficient and effective in our roles. So ensure that your team members continuously learning and developing. Building a data-driven culture in your revenue operations team, I feel, is crucial. It's a key part of the team's role. I see it as one of the key pillars in a revenue operations function. And ultimately, it's about them becoming proactive with how they use data, providing insights to their revenue generating teams across marketing, sales, and customer success. Hope you found that useful in terms of some of the key elements in terms of putting data in place and a data driven culture in your organization. If you like what you've seen, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can also follow us for more hints and tips on LinkedIn. Cheers.